What's up and welcome back, everybody. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Your guys' support keeps us going. As always, let us know in the comment section down below what type of deck profiles videos would you guys like to see. We're going to continue our How to Beat series where we show you guys how to take on some of the top strategies of the format. If you're not already there, make sure you click the link in the description below and come join the Team Set Pass Facebook group and Nerd Night Gaming Facebook groups to help get insider access to deck lists, to polls on what we're going to do on the channel, talking with us, knowing when we're streaming, all kinds of good stuff like that. Without further ado though, let's go ahead and get on into the deck list. Today we have Cyber Orcust PK, and we just got Rusty back, guys. This deck is insane. I mentioned in our history of Cyber Dragon Orcust, which ironically just posted right before the ban list, or posted right after, but was recorded right before the ban list, and like it's crazy, guys, what this deck can do. And I mentioned how the whole rank up into VFD play was not possible because the ban list right before Dengirsu came out, and it was kind of sad. Well, guys, guess what? We have it. It's here. We can do it. So let's go ahead and get on into our deck list. 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 Cyber Dragon Core, 2 Cyber Dragon Hers, 3 Cyber Dragon Naxxter, and 3 Galaxy Soldier. Let's go ahead and talk on these ratios and why we're playing them this way. So 3 Cyber Dragons because we're playing Machine Dupe, and I don't believe in playing 2 whatsoever. If you're going to play 1, awesome, good. We do have a Cyber Orcust video coming with 1 Cyber Dragon, no dupe. But if we're playing dupe, I firmly believe in 3 Cyber Dragon. 3 Cyber Dragon Core is an absolute no-brainer here. 2 Hers. So why 2 Hers and not 2 Soldier? Why not 2 Naxxter? Well, being able to special summon in this deck is really, really important. It's really, really key. So if we can like get an Orcust on board and special summon, right there's a Galatea. You know, like if you can open your Nightmare and you happen to open your Naxxter, you can pitch it. That's 1 body on board with your Orcust combo already in the graveyard. So it's things like that where if you open these weird hands with, like, when you start to open your Phantom Knights, your Orcust cards, your talents, without other cards that combo off with it, Hers isn't going to do a lot with these cards. As long as you have 1 light, you know, I mean, obviously it'd more or less be a Cyber Dragon or another copy of Soldier because the rest of the lights actually do a lot on their own other than Hers. But if you open Hers Soldier, that's already full combo, well, sort of full Orcust combo, which we will show you guys after the deck profile. We will have a handful of replays showing you a bunch of 2-card, 1-card combos, a couple 3-card combos, but we don't rely on those. And what do you do if you open an Orcust? Well, we have 2 different hands where we show you multiple options. What about if you open your Scrap Golem? Surely that means the combo's dead. Not really. If you have access to Recycler, you don't even need Golem. We almost cut it because the only time you need Golem is if you open Recycler and no way to special summon anything else. So, you know, that's a reason why we're playing more Soldiers and Naxxters over our Hers, and Naxxter can pitch our Nightmare, our symbol, to get them out of the hand and into the graveyard where we want them. So that's why we're doing 2 Hers, 3 and 3, because we still have plenty of ways to see it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dupe targets is plenty, and our extenders are still there. We have so many good extenders, you know, 2 Hers, 3 Soldiers, 3 Emergency, 1 Repair Plant. You have your Naxxters like Recyclers. There's so much good going on, dupes, and the deck has been performing really well for us in our test hands. We will have a replay. Actually, we just showed you guys the replay video. I'm actually recording the deck profile first, and I'm going to start recording the replays right after this. But you guys just saw the replay video. If you didn't, we uploaded it yesterday, so go check that one out. I'll actually put a link for it in the description down below. On to the Orcust engine. Yeah, it's really big, guys. 1 Orcust Nightmare, 1 Symbol Skeleton, and 2 World Legacy World Wand. Why 2 World Wands? So it doesn't matter if you open your Nightmare or your Symbol Skeleton. Like, you can get it out of your hand. We have multiple ways to get it out of our hand, so it doesn't matter if you open them. Ideally, you don't open 2 of them. That makes it a little harder, but we do have ways to get 2 out of hand as well. 2 wands because, well, we need a wand in the deck for the lib play. Like, you want to be able to send it off your Recycler to kick off your lib play to do pretty much everything. If you open 1, you play 1, and you don't have that Naxxter to get it out of your hand, you're not going to get to the other card that allows you to get it out of your hand, because that would be an after lib part of the combo. One Phantom Boots, we could also run like a Cloak, and just by running Cloak, we would be able to put in the Dragoon package, but we're not doing that because we want the deck to be consistent, and a pop send Fogblade VFD off majority of hands is, well, pretty freaking good, guys. You don't need to just keep cramming more in because you can. Sometimes you need to know when to call it quits. If you can make a board that is good enough to win the game, you don't need to cram more into it, because then you're just going to start bricking and losing in the long run because the deck is not as consistent. So just the boots. But otherwise, if you had Cloak, you would send Cloak off Rusty, get your Fogblade, banish Cloak, add boots, special boots, link your Verde, banish your boots, get your rank up magic, if you want to do that play. 3 Scrap Recycler, because, well, it's one card combo, and pretty much the entire deck's focus is getting to Scrap Recycler. You pretty much have to prioritize River Stormer over Infinity. It's really kind of weird, but Cyber Dragon really is the... I mean, you look at this and you're like, okay, so it's definitely a Cyber Dragon deck with an Orcust engine. It's really not. It's an Orcust deck with a Cyber Dragon engine, as funny as this sounds, because the engine is so big. But your line of play is pretty much always go for your River Stormer to get to the Scrap Orcust play, because the Scrap Orcust board is just ridiculously strong. Or I should say PK Scrap Orcust board is ridiculously strong, and that's why we cater our cyber play to it, because it just happens to put out a bunch of level 5s which can search and special summon the combo, which is broken. 1 Scrap Golem, because, well, those hands that you kind of just open really bad, but you happen to open your one card that's good, and then it just kind of enables your really bad hand to still full combo because you have it. But if you open it, you can still combo off anyway, so it's not even like a bad garnet, it's just like a necessary evil to have, which we might end up actually cutting anyway. 1 Krishan Rosenix, ignore pretty much everything except for the bottom half. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 token. Cool. Normal Recycler, dump Rosenix, banish Rosenix, get token. Token Recycler, Scrap Wyvern, Orcust combo. 3 Cyber Emergency, 1 Repair Plant, that's all pretty standard. 3 Machine Duplication, yeah, we're playing dupe, you're going to play 3 guys. 1 Babel, we are not playing Crescendo. Could have went for it, but we opted not to. We went with the second Fogblade instead, because with Fogblade and rank up and stuff, I was just seeing one of them a bunch, and then I felt like I wasn't getting everything I could out of it, and opening a Fogblade's not really the worst thing in the world anyway, so I have actually liked opening, or not opening, but having 2 Fogblades. The Crescendo I don't miss, because I like the VFD play, I like the pop and send. I'll take a send 1, pop 1, VFD over 1 negate any day. Rank up magic, because VFD is super good. We were playing 40 cards, but those few cards that we don't want to open, well, guess what, we have our talents, and it's like, yeah, but if they ash your River Stormer, now your talents, you might draw into those cards. Yeah, but I also might draw into my Recycler or the card I needed. So it's one of those necessary things that you do, but also by playing it at 42, you are less likely to open those cards that you don't want to open. 1 World Legacy Secession for the combo. Best part about cards like Rank Up, Babel, Secession, Fogblade, if you open them, that's okay. If you open them, you have them. That just means you don't search them, so you don't necessarily plus as good as you would, but you're still going to combo because you need to get it to your hand, except you already have it in your hand, so you don't need to get it to your hand because it's already in your hand. 1 Cybernetic Overflow, 3 Infinite Impermanence as our only hand trap, just because it's good going first or second. Really consider putting in a droplet here, and still might switch it just as more of a mass negate, non-targeting, you know, out to Dragoon, things like that. So droplet probably would be the better call instead of these, and we might switch them right after this video. I don't know. Phantom Knight's Fog Blade. So if you guys see in the replay video that we use droplets and not impermanence, despite this coming out after, that's why, because like I said, we're doing the replays after. It's kind of all backward how we're releasing this, but don't ask why we do things the way we do, because honestly, we don't know why we do them the way we do, and that's just the way a cookie crumbles, guys. So if you see droplet, it's because we made the switch. 2 Fog Blades then, like we kind of touched on. Extra deck 1 Mega Fleet, 1 Fortress, 1 Rampage. So Rampage can be really, really nice because if they happen to Nibiru you, like after you use your core, your dupe, everything like that, you're starting to go off and you have your Nova on the field and they hit you, Nova can summon your Rampage, who then can dump your hers and your Naxter, and then you special summon your Naxter, and then you revive your Nova, and then you make your Infinity, and you continue to go off. This could also be a Makaba instead, just to get that free negate if they happen to hit it, which would not be a bad call at all. 1 Fortress, because especially with Orcust being popular, even if you're not playing Kaiju in any Cyber Dragon build, you should be playing the 1 Fortress at least. 1 River Stormer, searching out our Scrap Recycler. 1 Nova, 1 Infinity. Double Dingirsu, because, well, I didn't know what to put in, and, you know, maybe we'll go ahead and throw Makaba in for one of them. I'm not sure. We're going to test the deck a bunch, other than test hands, and see what real life throws at us. And by real life, I mean online. And then go ahead and make maybe minor adjustments. I'll let you guys know if we decide to change anything. 1 True King of all Calamities. Platinum Gadget, Scrap Wyvern, Lib, Galatea, Barricade, and, of course, Rusty Bardiche. Here it is, guys. The deck profile, the creme de la creme, the Cyber Dragon Orcust, the build we all wanted a year ago. It's here. It's back. It's insane. What are the combos? Stick around. We'll show you in just a second. So let's go ahead and help you guys learn all the different combos of the deck. Like I said, we have 7 combos to show you guys, and then we're also going to show you a test hand where what happens if you open your Scrap Golem? What happens if you open like your Orcust Nightmare, your Orcust Symbol Skeleton, things like that to help you guys play and learn what the deck can do. And it's pretty insane actually what the deck can do. So combo number 1, we're going to start with just Scrap Recycler. Normal summoning your Recycler. Now we get to dump a card to the graveyard. We're going to go ahead and put our Christian Rosenix in the graveyard. You can then go ahead and banish Rosenix from your graveyard in order to give yourself a token. Now that you have a token, you can link your token and your Scrap Recycler off for your Scrap Wyvern. Then Scrap Wyvern can activate his effect to special summon our Scrap Recycler from the graveyard, which then you have to pop a card, so you're going to pop your Scrap Recycler. Since a scrap card was destroyed, Scrap Wyvern's second effect activates, allowing you to summon a scrap monster from the deck. We're going to go ahead and summon our Scrap Golem. Once again, Wyvern requires you to pop a monster, so you're going to pop himself, and then now your Scrap Golem can go ahead and revive your Scrap Recycler. Scrap Recycler then activates once again because it is not a once per turn, because why would Konami do that on an older card? And go ahead and put your World Legacy World Wand into the graveyard. Now, since we have a World Legacy monster in the graveyard, we can link our 2 scraps away. For our Lib, the World Key Blade Master, you can then activate Lib's effect since you have your World Wand in the graveyard to get your World Legacy Secession and set it. You're then going to go ahead and activate your World Legacy Secession, reviving your Scrap Golem to Lib's Arrow. And now your Scrap Golem is going to go ahead and revive your Scrap Recycler yet again, who gets to go ahead now and dump your Orcust Nightmare to the graveyard. We're talking a little faster than I can click here, so let's go ahead and slow down a bit. Dumping your Orcust Nightmare into the graveyard. So now you can go ahead and use your Scrap Recycler and your, say, Scrap Golem and go into your Barricade Board blocker. Now banish your Orcust Nightmare to get your Symbol Skeleton in the graveyard. Then you're going to go ahead and banish your World Wand to special summon our Nightmare Orcust. We can then go with Lib and our Orcust Nightmare both to the graveyard to summon our Galatea. Galatea's effect activates. You can, well, return either of them. We're going to go ahead and just put our, in this instance, we're actually going to put Rosenix back into our deck because we are playing 2 World Wands. and that allows us to go ahead and get an Orcust spell or trap, which we are opting for Orchestrated Babble. So once again, we'll get that. Setting our Babble, but we're going to activate it right away. Now you can go ahead and do this, kind of up to you how you want to do it, but we're going to actually just right away overlay our Dingirsu on top of our Galatea, and Dingirsu's effect activates to attach our World Wand on top. So now that we have our Dingirsu and our Barricade Blocker, you can go ahead and link off both of them into Rusty Bardiche. So this combo actually can do more, and you can easily get out like Dragoon and stuff too, but we really want the deck to be consistent and to not run these extra bricks, and the end board is already really good and honestly good enough to win the game, so I didn't want to keep cramming more and more and more in, even though technically we didn't use our symbol yet, so we could easily, you know, banish your symbol, and then you could use your Galatea effect, return it, get your Babble, their turn, you know, Nightmare, symbol, do everything that way. And you would also be able to like dump Cloak, get boots, special boots, and then go into your Verde. But we're just not going to do all that because we're not running the bricks, which you guys already saw the deck list. So now we're going to go ahead and Rusty Bardiche effect, sending our Silent Boots to the graveyard, which allows us to set our Fog Blade. Since we're already in here and we're doing this, we will be banishing our boots in order to get another one to our hand, where we're going to get our rank up magic to hand. So we can go ahead and rank up magic and set that as well. So now this is basically the board, and we're going to go ahead and pass turn. So now it would be your opponent's turn, and well, say they normal summon and it's a good effect, you can Fog Blade it, stop it. But then since we have our Babble up on the field, you can banish your Symbol Skeleton to special summon your Dingirsu. And now there's two routes that you can go here. You can either pop a card with Bardiche and send a card with Dingirsu. You can do both. Or you can chainlink one Bardiche, target Dingirsu, Dingirsu chainlink 2, attach your Symbol Skeleton. And then when your Bardiche tries to destroy your Dingirsu, instead you can just detach Symbol. Now Symbol's in your graveyard for your follow-up play. Not that it would necessarily be the worst thing ever, since we already have our World Wand in the graveyard. And we also have Nightmare, so we could banish Nightmare to get the other World Wand to our graveyard. Either way, we have access to wands, so we would be able to special summon our Symbol Skeleton that was banished if we didn't recycle it this way. But this is another option that you can attach it and then get it to the graveyard there. Now you can go ahead and use your rank up magic on your Dingirsu, and then we're going to go into our True King of all calamities, and this would also get attached to him. If we can do that here for you guys. So yeah, one card calamities, Fog Blade, and potentially a pop one, send one off one card. Like that's pretty broken, guys. Rusty Bardiche should have never came back. This is combo number 1. Let's get 6 more. For this next combo, we're going to go ahead and use Cyber Dragon Core and Machine Duplication. So for these combos, we're not going to go through all of them. Once we get to that point where they're all the same, we're going to stop the combo and just say, see the first combo if you want to watch it, because I'm not going to show you the same thing 7 times in a row, guys. So we'll just show you the beginnings of them. If you open your core and your machine dupe, your Cyber Dragon Core, you can go ahead and search out our 1 copy of Cybernetic Overflow, because we're going to pop some cards in the process. Now we can go ahead and use machine dupe on our core, getting our 2 Cyber Dragons. Trying to at least. Go ahead and get our 2 Cyber Dragons. This also works with hers or Naxter and your machine dupe. You just would not get your overflow in hand, obviously. So overlay your 2 Cyber Dragons now for our Infinitrack River Stormer. Infinitrack River Stormer can detach 1 material to not special summon, but to add to your hand. Scrap Recycler, River Stormer, and Core to the graveyard. To link summon our Platinum Gadget. Platinum Gadget can then use its effect to special summon Scrap Recycler, who can go ahead and dump our World Legacy World Wand. Now, since Platinum Gadget can't be used as link material the turn it is summoned, you can go ahead and tribute it to special summon River Stormer back from your graveyard. River Stormer and Platinum Gadget now can go and get linked off into your Scrap Wyvern, who will then special summon your Scrap Recycler, popping your Scrap Recycler, summoning your Scrap Golem, and you guys know the rest of the combo from here. Although since we do not need to dump your Rosenix to the graveyard, you can go ahead and dump your Orcust Nightmare as your second one, and then after your we went to the graveyard, not to our hand. Then you still have one more left when you secession back your Golem. Golem then revives Scrap Recycler. In this instance, since we didn't use it, I would go ahead and throw my Hers to the graveyard. Why would I throw my Hers to the graveyard? Because now I get Core to my hand. I'm still going to have the pop 2 with Overflow, but I got Cyber Dragon Core in hand again for my follow-up play, and that's just pretty darn good. So keep that in mind as one of those little plays that you might not think of that could win you the game. Like we said, however, you can go ahead and do the same thing with any of your baby Cyber Dragons and your Machine Dupe, because now you can just summon your Naxter and put out your 2 Cyber Dragons. This is why we maxed out on our dupe targets, 3 Hers. Well, actually we didn't. We played 2 Hers, which we explained in the deck profile. But this is why we're playing 3 Naxter, 3 Core, 2 Hers, 3 Cyber Emergency, because that's 11 targets, and odds are you will see it more often than you won't. And the odds of seeing Machine Dupe and not one of your targets is really not very good. So here then, once again, you will go into your River Stormer, and then from here, you guys know the drill. Detach a material, add your Recycler, and continue to do your play. So the last of our 2-card combos is Galaxy Soldier and Cyber Dragon Hearse. Once again, this is the same full combo that we've already been doing. Pitch your Cyber Dragon Hearse for your Galaxy Soldier, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, add your Cyber Dragon and your Galaxy Soldier to your hand. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of our Cyber Dragon to special summon our other Galaxy Soldier, overlaying them for Infinitrack River Stormer, detaching 1 material, special summon, cannot talk at all for you guys, to add to your hand Scrap Recycler. Now you can go ahead and normal your Scrap Recycler, dump your World Wand, and completely do everything you would like once again, guys. And here, remember, well, we already used your Hers, so you're not going to do that. But say you open your Overflow, your 3rd Recycler dump, you can go ahead and throw a Core or a 3rd level if you wish and want to do that into the graveyard for that. Then from here, Scrap Wyvern, same combo as the others. So here we go, the perfect hand Core Dupe Extender. We love our 3-card combos, as if all the 2-card combos weren't good enough. You know, your Core Dupe, Emergency Dupe, Hers Dupe, Naxter Dupe, Recycler on its own, your Hers Soldier, Emergency Soldier, Core Soldier, like lots of 2-card combos, guys. But if we happen to hit our 3 cards, what can you do? Normal summon your Cyber Dragon Core, searching out our Cyber Repair Plant, using Machine Duplication on our Core, special summoning 2 Cyber Dragons out of our deck, then we're going to go ahead and overlay those 2 Cyber Dragons for our Infinitrack River Stormer. There is a reason we do it this way, which we'll get to shortly. Either way, you're not playing around Nibiru. We don't have our Almirage, so you're not going to be able to revive a Cyber Dragon if you use your Nova right here. River Stormer detaching 1 material to add to your hand, not special summon, your Scrap Recycler. Now you have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. We can use our Cyber Repair Plant, right? Not quite yet, guys. So first, you're going to want to link off your Core and your River Stormer into our Platinum Gadget. And we do this because now we have 3 Cyber Dragons in the graveyard. So you can go ahead and activate both effects You have to do it in sequence, so you would add a light machine from your deck to your hand and then shuffle one back from your graveyard. We target an original Cyber Dragon. We're going to go ahead and add Galaxy Soldier to our hand and put a Cyber Dragon back in the deck. When we do this, because now we still have 2 Cyber Dragons in the deck, 2 machine dupes in the deck, so they at least one of them is 100% live instead of 2 dupes with only 1 target in the deck. Now you can discard your Cyber Dragon Hertz to special summon your Galaxy Soldier, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Hertz. Hertz is actually going to grab the Cyber Dragon out of your graveyard, however, because once again we want to leave 2 in our deck for the other machine dupes if it comes up. And there we go, grab our Galaxy Soldier. Cyber Dragon to the graveyard to special summon our Galaxy Soldier, overlaying your 2 Galaxy Soldiers into Cyber Dragon Nova, detaching 1 from your Nova to special summon your Cyber Dragon, and then you can go ahead and overlay into your Infinity, move your Infinity. Actually here we don't revive your level 5, revive your hers in attack position. And we're going to do this because now your Cyber Dragon Infinity can attach your hers, because you actually don't need the monster whatsoever. Attach your hers, so when you detach a material to negate your opponent next turn, you can detach hers and get your Cyber Dragon core back to your hand. Platinum Gadget effect, special summon your Scrap Recycler, sending to the graveyard. Once again, we don't need Rose Nyx at all at this point, so we're going to go ahead and dump our World Wand to the graveyard. And then since we need to link it off, Platinum Gadget to special summon our River Stormer from the graveyard, and now we can link River Stormer and Scrap Recycler into our Scrap Wyvern and continue the combo from there, but this time you will have Cyber Dragon Infinity along the way. Hopefully you guys are liking this. We're almost done. What if you opened Scrap Recycler, Galaxy Soldier, and Cyber Dragon Hertz? Well, I'm going to show you. You can go ahead and pitch your Cyber Dragon Hertz to special summon your Galaxy Soldier, Chainlinks 1 and 2, getting Cyber Dragon and Galaxy Soldier to your hand. Galaxy Soldier then can discard Cyber Dragon to special summon, overlay into your Cyber Dragon Nova, who can then use his effect Detach to summon. It does not matter which one, because now it will be used as link material. Cyber Dragon. Cyber Dragon Nova, then you overlay your Infinity on top of it. Normal summon your Scrap Recycler. Dump your World Legacy World Wand to the graveyard. Link off your Scrap Recycler and your Cyber Dragon into our Scrap Wyvern, who can then continue the combo just like we already showed you guys. So now let's show you a couple instances where what happens if you open your quote-unquote bricks. So if you happen to open your Scrap Golem, don't worry, that doesn't mean you can't do anything. Depending on your hand, if you have a way to get Scrap Recycler on the field, you still have full combo, believe it or not. We considered dropping Scrap Golem and Scrap Wyvern coincidentally because of the fact that they're really not necessarily needed, but at the same time there's certain hands, like if your only play is normal Scrap Recycler, dump Rose Nyx, then you do need your Golem and your Wyvern. So for consistency reasons and wanting to be able to play through all of these situations, we have found that it was actually better to keep the Golem and the Wyvern as opposed to cutting them. But let's go ahead and say with this hand, if you can summon your Scrap Recycler and have any other monster on board, you still have the combo, so that works out really nice. Additionally, if you happen to say open Naxter here, or Emergency to get to your Naxter, it's just stupid because you can pitch your Golem for your Naxter, normally your Recycler, dump Wand, and then Naxter and Recycler into a lib, get your Secession, and bring back Golem, and bring back Recycler, dump Nightmare, and combo off that way. But as you can see, we did not open Naxter, so what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and normal a Scrap Recycler, still taking a similar approach to that, just not quite as explosive. Scrap Recycler, we're going to dump our World Legacy World Wand to the graveyard. Galaxy Soldier, discarding Cyber Dragon to special summon himself in defense position, and then he will search out another copy of himself. One more reason I do like 3 is because situations like this, where now we're going to have 1 in our hand, and if we happen to top deck into a core, emergency, repair plant, or Cyber Dragon hers, we have our infinity combo right there. So now scrap Recycler and our Galaxy Soldier, link them both off for our Lib the World Key Blade Master, who then can go ahead and use her effect to get our World Legacy Secession. Then activating our World Legacy Secession to special summon Scrap Recycler. Once again, Scrap Recycler's effect now goes to go ahead and dump our Nightmare to the graveyard. Now that Nightmare is in our graveyard, we can banish Nightmare to get our symbol to the graveyard. And then we're going to go ahead and banish our World Wand to get our Orcust Nightmare to the field. Nightmare and Scrap Recycler linked off for Galatea. And now we can go ahead and banish Symbol Skeleton to special summon our Nightmare. Our Galatea effect, returning our World Wand to the deck to get our Orchestrated Babble. Then we can overlay our Dingirzu onto our Galatea, who will then attach Symbol Skeleton to himself. And then Lib and Nightmare into our Barricade Board blocker. Blocker and Dingirzu into our Rusty Bardiche, the broken card. And then, well, you got it. You dump your boots, you get your Fog Blade, banish your boots, get your rank up magic. You have your special summon Dingirzu in the graveyard, so you still end with your pop 1, send 1, Fog Blade, VFD with Scrap Golem still in your hand. See, it's not a brick, guys. You can open it and still combo off. I may have just left OES still recording because this is the very next hand it gave me, which is actually a hand that shows off what we want next. What happens when you open your Orcust Nightmare? Well, once again, guys, if you open your Orcust Nightmare, all you need is a way to get to Scrap Recycler. And that, well, we happen to have our Soldier and hers, which is a way to it. But since we opened it, we, have our Infinity too. So pitch your Cyber Dragon hers to special summon your Galaxy Soldier. Chain links 1 and 2. Get your Cyber Dragon and your Galaxy Soldier to your hand. Discarding Cyber Dragon to special summon Galaxy Soldier. Now we're going to overlay. We're going to go ahead and put them way over here out of the way into our Cyber Dragon Nova. Effect to special summon Cyber Dragon. And then we're going to go ahead and special summon, or XYZ summon, our Infinity on top of our Nova. Normal summon our Scrap Recycler, who is going to go ahead and dump to the graveyard our World Legacy World Wand. And then we can link off Recycler and Cyber Dragon into our Scrap Wyvern, who will then special summon our Scrap Recycler to pop Scrap Recycler and special summon from our deck Scrap Golem, popping Scrap Wyvern. Golem then can special summon Scrap Recycler. Since Nightmares are in our hand, we're not going to dump that, obviously. We can go ahead and throw, it's not really going to matter at this point too much. You do need don't send, I mean, you could send your symbol skeleton because we do have another world wand in the deck, but remember we need to be able to banish our nightmare, so you don't want to have no targets left in your deck. So for the sake of that, let's just go ahead and throw a Cyber Dragon core to the graveyard. Since wand is in our graveyard, we can use recycler and golem and go into our lib, and then lib's effect to get our World Legacy Secession. Secession can revive our golem, who can revive our scrap recycler, who now at this point once again can dump a card to the graveyard. So let's just go ahead and throw a Naxter to the graveyard. Now you can link off your scrap golem and your scrap recycler into your barricade board blocker, and now barricade board blocker is allowed to activate his effect to discard a card. Even if you don't have a target in the graveyard, you are allowed to do it, because it's at this time it doesn't know that it won't resolve, and at this time it is 100% legal to activate. So that is how we can clear a nightmare or a symbol out of our hand, and then you can go ahead and banish your nightmare to dump your symbol to the graveyard, if it will go for us, and then continue your combo off that way. So once again, open golem, that's perfectly fine, guys. Open nightmare, open symbol, perfectly fine. The only card you don't want to open, like we already mentioned, is your World Legacy World Wand, and in which case we are playing 2 because of that, just to reduce the chance of it. And guys, that is our Cyber Dragon Orcust deck profile PK. Everything jammed in there. Really liking the deck. I think it's arguably the best version of Cyber Dragon Orcust we have had to date. We actually just did our history of Cyber Dragon Orcust. If you didn't already watch it, go check it out. It is a bit long, but is a great watch, and where we talked about how broken Rusty was and how we almost could do the Calamities play, but it got banned right before Rusty came out. Well, guess what, or not before Rusty came out, before Dengirsu came out. Now we have it, guys. Like, fate spoke to us. We put that video out, and not a couple days later the ban list gives us Rusty back. It was meant to be. Cyber Dragon Orcust lives. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Take care, guys.